thank you, Momita, for the space here. Thank you. And thank you, all of you, for coming. So, you probably came after your hectic schedule here, so we'll do some breathing. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Jaya Daptardar. I'm an Ayurvedic specialist. I did my Ayurvedic training in India. After high school, 6 years, like any other medical school, 6 years of schooling. After graduated, then we had residency to do 1 year and worked in the hospital for 3 years. After hospital, I had my own practice for 5 years. Then I moved here. So when I moved here 20 years back, 20 years back in Midwest, the holistic practice and alternative healthcare kind of scattered. People didn't know that much that people know now. So I started educating people and talking about it. At the same time, I went to school and did masters in healthcare to find more about healthcare in the United States. And then worked with the hospitals and community health centers. Now I work with the behavioral healthcare system and addiction in Danbury, and we have 14, 15 clinics all over the place in Connecticut. So that's how my journey, Ayurveda journey started, and from 19 years I'm practicing Ayurveda in this region. So today, before starting talking about Ayurveda, we'll do some deep breathing to rejuvenate ourselves and focus on the workshop. So let's do that. You can okay, thanks. So take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale through your mouth. Let's do that for a few more times. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Again. Inhale. And exhale through your mouth. If you can, do a couple more yourself. Okay, so how do you feel? More refreshed, rejuvenated, ready to learn about Ayurveda?
Yes.
Okay, yes, I want to hear that. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Okay, so how many of you already know Ayurveda? Let's see. Oh, good amount. Good, good. And how many of you learned somewhat about Ayurveda and experienced? Good. So a lot of people are learning about Ayurveda and experiencing about Ayurveda, which is really good. So, and you all know that Ayurveda is very, very old system. Before talking about Ayurveda and before starting this workshop, I want you to read, I will read for you my disclaimer here, so we all know what we expect or what we all can expect. So the sole purpose of this presentation is to provide an educational information about Ayurvedic theories. This information is not intended to use in the prevention, treatment, or cure of any disease by yourself. If you have any serious acute or chronic health concerns, please consult your family physician or healthcare provider who can fully assess your individual needs and provide the cure you require. So the contents of this presentation or workshop may not be reproduced in part of or the whole without permission of the author. Okay? So, let's see. What is Ayurveda? Ayurveda, the term Ayurveda, the name Ayurveda is a Sanskrit word. Ayurveda is a Sanskrit word because the theory of Ayurveda, philosophy of Ayurveda came from India from long time back. And Sanskrit is ancient Indian language. So what is the meaning of Ayurveda? Ayu means life, it's a Sanskrit word, so I'm just dividing it into two, Ayu and life. Ayu means life and Veda means science. So this is a science of life. If you mean by science of life is very deep. It is not limited to one book or two books. It is very broad. So the theory and philosophy of Ayurveda is very broad. And that's why it took us to learn for 6-7 years and practice. So Ayurveda is the science of life practiced in India for long time. How long? More than 5,000 years ago, Ayurveda was exist. And since then, it's practiced in India, and then now it's popular, getting popular all around the world. So at that time, there were no other resources but Ayurveda. And people survived. They had good health. They also got treated for the diseases or illnesses, whatever they had at that time. So it worked. Ayurveda yoga and Ayurveda kind of goes together. It's yoga is the branch of Ayurveda. So it is very ancient, holistic system. So I'm thinking, if it is that old system, why people are digging into it? Because this is modern science, modern world we live into, right? And why people are so curious about learning Ayurveda, and the doctors are learning Ayurveda and they're practicing Ayurveda. And I have seen pharmacists are learning about Ayurvedic herbs and practicing. So there must be something, right? There must be something that people are so fascinated about learning this old science. If you think about, from 5,000 years up to today, lot of development happened in the world. Everything changed upside down. Modern technology came, computerization everywhere. In the hospitals, new equipments, instruments, it's a robotic world. And laser surgery came in. So all these things, easy things that you can access, you have available. But why? Why people are still thinking about Ayurveda and learning about Ayurveda? And so there is something. What is that something? Do you know? Anybody know? What is that something that you came here to?
Well,
You all came here today.
I think I'm looking for something more healthier in my life, right? To get something, and I found out this opportunity. I have no idea what it is, but I wanted to get something better. That's what I know.
To get better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So anybody else? What is that something that that brought you here today? Yes?
I've always been drawn to a more holistic approach,
Mhm.
so that's what brought me here.
Good, good. So there must be something. And there must be something, that's why the doctors are learning. So what is that? Ayurveda's philosophy and principles don't change. Modern science changes. But philosophy of Ayurveda did not change from 5,000 years. It's the same philosophy that I'm practicing. It's the same philosophy that gurus practiced 5,000 years ago. So that philosophy and principles did not change, and that is something. That is something we all are here today to learn. That is something that I am learning from years, and people are getting better. People are getting better because that is the experience of the people. People are experiencing, that's why they're digging into this old science. Modern science changes day by day. Today you will hear, there's a new research that carbs are good for you. Carbs are really good for you, and you will start working on it, and I'm on the carb diet, okay? Then tomorrow, it's not anymore. New research will come and they will say, this is just an example. I'm not talking about a certain research here, but proteins are good for you, right? And then there is a boom. All of a sudden, everybody is just eating proteins, right? And then, after a few months, you will see, protein is not good for you. You have to stop protein. And then people will stop protein. And then there will be another research that caffeine is good for you. Then people will start drinking caffeine, and then drinking coffee and tea with caffeine. And then someone comes up with another research that says caffeine is not good for you. So this modern science changes day by day, but theory of Ayurveda did not change, and it does not change. It will not change. It is the same, and that is something. If you learn today, that is it. That is it. If you learn that theory and you adapt that theory, you practice that theory, that's it. And that is Ayurveda. Any question? No?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Question: How was it transferred 5,000 years ago through word of mouth, or are they transcripts? Is it written? Is it documented?
The scripts are documented. That's
Yeah.
why we learned in the schools for 6 years. Those are the scripts documented at that time. The people learned, the doctors learned for 5,000 years. Same scripts. They're translated later on for the language purposes, but they were the same script. And there was no word of mouth. All the people practiced that. There were no other resources at that time but Ayurveda. So, and that's the thing I'm going to talk about. These ancient secrets of Ayurveda people don't know. There's so many secrets that people don't know what Ayurveda can do for you. There are a lot of things Ayurveda can do for you. So, what are those secrets? So I'm going to bring a few secrets today. Because Ayurveda is, like I said, so deep, so broad, that you cannot learn in 1 year or 500 hours course or in a book. Okay? So, among those secrets, lifestyle management is the main thing about Ayurveda. What is lifestyle management? It's like a management, like a chapter management, or the word management you always hear, and this is the management of your life. Lifestyle management is routine, discipline, because Ayurveda talks about routine. You need to have routine in your life. You need to have discipline in your life. Otherwise, what happens is, just an example, you have a job, right? In your job, if you don't have organization, if you don't go there on time, you don't organize your work, you don't outline your project, if you don't have deadline for your project, how are you going to perform? Your performance will be poor, right? Am I right? Your performance will be poor. So the same thing with our life, same thing with our body. If our body does not have discipline, if our life does not have a discipline or routine, it can mess up too, like your job. And that discipline is, in Ayurveda, that discipline, that routine is lifestyle management. So sometimes I get calls from patients and they want to know, why do you need this lifestyle management? I'm fine, I'm healthy. But you need to keep that health or healthiness intact, right? And prevent from diseases. And you need to live longer, you need longevity. And that is why you need to follow, you need to learn what that lifestyle management is and practice that. Any question? No, not yet? Okay.
Would modern medicine refer to that as preventative maintenance in a way?
In a way,
Yeah, they refer to this term preventative maintenance.
but preventative medicine and in modern medicine is totally different than Ayurvedic philosophy of lifestyle management. Because modern philosophy does not tell you what time you wake up, did they?
No.
No. What time you eat in the morning, what time you eat in the afternoon, what time you should eat in the evening, do they? I don't think so, right? So that is described in Ayurveda. What spices you need for digestion. Modern science doesn't tell you. Modern science doesn't tell you that in this season you need to eat this, and when season changes you need to eat this, you can't eat this. No, modern science doesn't tell you. And that's where people get sick, when the seasonal change and eating habits change. We're going to talk more about it. But that's what modern science doesn't tell you. Okay? So, this is lifestyle management that we were talking about. But when that's for the healthy life. But when you get sick, or when someone gets sick, then what you need? Then you need some kind of medicine, right? To cure. So that's where Ayurvedic herbs come in. And that is another secret of Ayurveda, is herbs are not limited to ginger and garlic. There are thousands and thousands of herbs and combinations are available as a medicine. So sometimes in the workshops people ask me questions. You know, I don't know how pure those herbs are, and I heard that there are metals. Okay. Let me ask this question. If you compare with modern medicine, if you go to the doctor for the pain, if you go to the doctor for arthritis and they give you steroids and they give you painkillers, do you think how good those painkillers are and the steroids are for you? And then you think about the herbs, are they good for you or not? Just think about these two things. What is good? This is not harmful. Herbs are not harmful anyways. There are no side effects of those herbs, but you will feel better. Sooner or later you will feel better, right? But with the pain medication, what's going to happen? With steroids, what's going to happen? And in this world, I'm seeing all these things that the people get addicted to those pain medications. And then something else happens after that because it's addiction and people want more pain medication. So what's better? Taking herbs, right? So Ayurveda has variety of herbs that people don't know. Spices, the variety of spices. I'm going to talk more about spices later on in this presentation, but I have spices there for people to feel and smell of aroma of those spices. We're going to talk about the medicinal use of those spices as well in the presentation today. But those are the secrets too. There are so many types of spices in Ayurveda. Then there are cleansing herbs, and so on and on. There are a lot of secrets that people don't know. Another special thing about Ayurveda is it is not just a science who teaches prevention. It is not just a science who teach yoga and meditation and massage, but Ayurveda has all these branches that modern medicine has. Not only that, more than that. Ayurveda also has, Ayurveda's disease management system is very deep. So there is a diagnosis and there is a treatment of diseases. There is an internal medicine part of Ayurveda. There is mental health part of Ayurveda. Mental health branch of Ayurveda is so big, it's called Manas, because Ayurveda doesn't believe just treating the body parts or the body. It believes in treating as a whole person, and that's where the mental health comes in. So Ayurveda works not only with physical body, but physical and mental health together. It also has not only mental health branch, but addiction. It has branch, pediatric branch, OBGYN, ENT, surgery. There is toxicology, pharmacology. And the best thing about Ayurveda is longevity and rejuvenation. That's the best part. Ayurveda is about learn to live with cosmic rhythm. That's what Ayurveda says. Learn to live with the nature. Learn to blend your lifestyle with the nature. That's what Ayurveda is. If you think about the animals who live outside our house, in the garden, they know how to live their life and blend their life with the nature. How? Birds migrate. If it's cold here, they go towards where they have warm weather. You have probably seen this. The simple example is squirrel. Before winter starts, she starts eating those nuts, and you will see all over the place in your garden. Why? Because she knows she needs to keep her body warm for winter, so she prepares her body for winter. And then animals, they hibernate. Why? Because they know to find a warm place in winter. And that's the winter regimen for us too. Find a warm place, warm food in winter. If you don't follow, don't sync with the nature, and you eat cold food, go out skiing for a week, what happens? You come back, your knees are more achier than before, right? Because you went against the nature. And that's what it is, the blend your lifestyle with the nature. So I have it here. What is importance of doing assessment? I get that question very now and then. that people, they go online and they print the questionnaire about Ayurveda and they learn about their dosha and they start kind of self-medication. Like, you know, in modern medicine, people go to the pharmacy and get over-the-counter medication and medicate themselves. So it's kind of the same thing. You can't do that. If you can't do over-the-counter medication for a long time, it's not good for you. The same thing with Ayurveda. Without the assessment, if you start eating, oh, I think I have Vata type of body, so I think I'm going to do this. But if it's not proper, you're probably doing opposite of it. That's going to affect your body, and that is why going to Ayurvedic specialist and doing the assessment is important. And then knowing body type, you have a lot of benefits to that to keep yourself healthy. Any question? Not so far? No? Okay. Objectives of Ayurveda. I think I said a couple of times that the Ayurveda is all about prevention and health. So, what is health? We always hear about healthy. I need to be healthy, and you need to be healthy. And what is health? What is health? Look good is health? Or feel good is health? Or no problem is health? Or the combination is health? Health is not only the physical health, but the happiness. Feeling about healthy and happy is health. So you need physically healthy and mentally healthy to be happy. And that is health. That combination is health. So Ayurveda always talks about health and wellness. So what are the objectives of Ayurveda? Promotion and maintenance of health of healthy person. You can be healthy, but to maintain that health, that's what Ayurveda called prevention. You need to maintain that health. So the promotion and maintenance of health of healthy person is one of the objectives of Ayurveda. And of course, cure and treatment and management of illness of ill person. So Ayurveda doesn't only talk about prevention or wellness, but also talks about the diseases and management. And it's very deep. The chronic disease management of Ayurveda is very strong. Any question so far? No? Are you enjoying? Enjoying? Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. So what are goals of life? What do you think? These are the common goals there, but what are the goals of life? What do we want? What do we really want? Anybody? What do we really want?
All that.
All that? So what I was guessing is right? Right? So everybody wants to be healthy, wants healthy life, right? So what is healthy life? Prevention from illness and prevention from doctor's visit, right? That's health. Because doctor's visit is very expensive, right? Co-pays and deductible, that's not healthy for her mental health. So healthy life is one of the goals. These all things go together. Let's see how. But then we need to be, everybody's goal is to be wealthy as well, right? Who doesn't like winning lottery? Right? Everybody likes to win. Everybody likes to win lottery. Not only lottery, but be wealthy, right? So, but if people are not healthy, not healthy physically and mentally, they cannot concentrate to bring in that wealth, will they? Will they work for many hours if they're sick? Will they concentrate and get promotions if they're sick? No, they have to be healthy. So if they are not healthy, they're not wealthy. But if they are healthy, yes, they're wealthy. There are two types of this, the term wealthy that I used here. If you're healthy, you're saving money in your healthcare, right? Because that's the expensive part right now in the United States. I mean, I know you, and you all know that the healthcare system in the United States is world expensive healthcare. We spend a lot of money in healthcare that no other country does, right? So what we need to do is we need to do something to keep ourselves healthy, to save all that money for you, for taxpayers' money. So the third one is enjoyment. If you are not healthy and you are not wealthy, can you enjoy your life or find enjoyment in your life? No. So the basic part is you need to be healthy. Then you can be wealthy, and then you can enjoy your life, right? So, and the fourth is peace. Everybody wants peace in their life, right? Finally, whether they're healthy or wealthy, everybody likes peace. But the peace doesn't come to play if you are not healthy, right? So to be healthy in your life is very important. That's the first goal, right? Everybody's goal, right? Any question? But the goal of Ayurveda is to balance mind, body, and spirit and avoid illness. That's the goal of Ayurveda. Because Ayurveda, like I said, Ayurveda doesn't treat just a part of body or body parts. It treats your body, mind, and soul. And the harmonious balance of that is health. Any question so far? No? So everybody like the goals? Want to work on it? From tomorrow? Okay. So, health in terms of Ayurveda. Physical health, mental health, and spiritual health together